Be playing Pauper Delver. I'm here in the two-person queues and I've won the die roll. So I'm going to go first. And this is a pretty good keep. It's mostly the same deck as I've been playing. I made one major swap, which was taking out Brainstorm for Gush, and I'll explain why in a second. Just F6, and yep. Best of luck. So I took out Brainstorm for Gush because I didn't used to like Gush. And what ended up happening is that I really wanted a way to draw extra cards. Oh, that's fantastic. So Snap, they know I have, but that's just great. It gives me a huge tempo advantage. I think against an unknown opponent, I think I just go double Delver, hope to blind flip, and then just attack for a bunch. But I replaced Gush because I wanted another way to draw cards, and really Brainstorm wasn't it. It was selection more, and without... It was card selection, but without the ability to actually, you know, keep cards in hand, it wasn't enough. And Gush let me fight other Treasure Cruise decks. So let's see what I'm flipping now. Will not be revealing that card. But I am just going to crash in for a bunch. So I think this is the mirror, and yeah, I'm actually just going to counter that, because that lets me then preordain and set up my Delvers for next turn, which is really big. Like, him going for Snap and not having it there is really, really big. But now I get to set my Delver for next turn. And yeah, that's pretty sweet. Vapor Snag is pretty sweet in this matchup because it just is more tempo advantage. Really, the worst thing they can have here is Spire Golem, I imagine. Because the way they're playing so far, it looks like the Delver mirror. The Spire Golem, again, it's not terrible for me because I'm just able to... I mean, what probably happens, they probably have Snap again. Like if they have Snap, that's pretty good for them. But if they Snap, what I'll do is I'll Snap the same one back, because then I get to untap my lands and they don't, and it lets me recast my spell. Again, the goal here is to press my advantage as long as possible. I'm really behind on cards, but I'm well ahead on the damage race. And it's not as if I've intentionally been behind on cards. It's just that, I mean, I played out my spells faster than they did. So they have a spell starter sprite. So this is telling me they have a ninja in hand, and I just don't want that to resolve. Like, a ninja right now would be really good for them. It would let them start drawing cards and have a spell starter sprite in hand to stop my future Vapor Snag. So I don't want them to really be able to press their advantage. Right now, they're a Delver hit away from... So yeah, they're gushing. Because they're a Delver hit and a creature away from just flat out dying. There's really nothing that can save them at this point, thanks to Vapor Snag, aside from counter spells. Yeah, there really was not much they were going to be able to do there. So sideboarding, I definitely want Dispel to win counter wars. I don't want Negate so much because they will have it as well. Repeal is not as nice here. Do I want Piracy Charm? It's flexible. It's very flexible. So these are the cards I really want to bring in, and also these as well. Ninja I don't like as much in the mirror. Same with Deprive. I really hate sending myself back lands. But Negate I like a lot more. Dispel is very much in. I like Bone Splitter because it lets me win Spire Golem fights. Oh, they changed the sound effect on that. I am on the draw, so I'm going to be a little behind. So I think more copies of Geist and Piracy Charm are important. So let me see. Preordains are good, but they're not as good as Ponders in the mirror, or really just not as good as Ponder, period. So let me do Piracy Charms, Preordains. Yeah, I think this is right. So let's try it out. I know I haven't played the mirror in so long. Now that I think about it, I think Stormbind Geist is actually probably just wrong. And the reason that it's just wrong, I love the card, but the reason it's wrong here is that this isn't really an attrition fight. I have a Spire Golem advantage, so the question is, do I play my own Delver? So here's the thing. If I play my own Delver, I have to flip to keep it up. If I don't play my Delver, I get to see what they reveal, potentially Vapor Snag it back to their hand. But then I get to do that anyway, so I think I just play out Delver. This may be wrong. Given my hand, I think I'm much more of an aggressor in this game. But they revealed Island, so I don't know if they meant to do that or not, but I'm actually A-okay with that. So they have Ponder, so they're going to... This is actually pretty darn good for me. Like, if I attack and... Oh, are they going to shuffle? I really got to figure out where to put this. I don't like docking it because I don't like having it up the entire time. Like, oh, that's awful. Sorry. But I do like knowing if they shuffle or keep on top. It lets me know if they have something they want or just a random card. Especially with Ponder. Same with Preordain. So they have something they want, which I'm guessing was another Ponder. So that tells me the top card was Ponder, and the bottom two cards were random, which confuses me a little bit, because if that's the case, I wouldn't want to cast Ponder just to get Ponder. So they like what they saw. Apparently. I don't understand that play of... I really do not understand that play. I'm actually going to press the attack here. My hand is much better set up to do that. Yeah, I'm just going to Ninja here. Because now, yeah, they may have a bounce spell or something, but now I'm up more cards now, and now they have to basically play a blocker. Again, thanks to Vapor Snag and things like this, they have Gush, which is fantastic, because that's kind of a dead card right now. Like, because I can press the tempo advantage a little bit more, or rather my card advantage a little bit more, they really have nothing. Gushing is really bad for them. Unless they have Ninja. I mean, if they have Ninja, I still feel like I'm kind of advantaged. So here what I'm actually going to Vapor Snag my own guy. Because I don't want them to have untapped lands. And that is so huge in this matchup. Like, just the ability to have untapped mana is huge. I think I go for Delver again. And the other option is, again, I don't think they're going to be playing any one-drops anytime soon. Now they go Ninja. Okay. They've played this better than I have. But, yeah. Let's see, what do I reveal? Hey, I have Treasure Cruise. I think now I'm definitely not on the offense. I am 100% on the defense, so I just sit back. And they now know they have to respect Treasure Cruise. Which means I can trade more cards more aggressively than theirs and end up in a decent spot. Thing is, we both have Gush, which presents an interesting problem. But if they go for a 1-drop here, how okay am I with them drawing an extra card? I'm okay with it right now. So what I'm going to do now is actually just do this to build a board presence, leave myself with a blocker. Again, if they counter it, that's fine. They have to waste a full counter on my Spellstarter Sprite. Or Snap or something. So they're going for Gush, floating an island. Or floating a blue, rather. Now, if they have something, I still feel okay about this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Gush back. So I'm going to do this because if I can draw, a Dispel or a Counterspell, I'm hugely, hugely advantaged. And I don't, which is fine. But instead, I get to do this. And now we're more or less at parity. They get to preordain, but I'm very close to a cruise. Having 2 ninjas in hand is pretty bad right now. But I think they played. Did they play land this turn? No. Okay. Now, if they have Spellstutter, this was terrible. But again, they don't. Okay. Is Snap better than Counterspell here? Ugh, I don't think... I actually think so, just because I want to... I want to be able to have more mana when I Counterspell, because if Snap happens, then Snap happens. But right now, my plan is to block Ninja and trade and get closer to Treasure Cruise. The fact that we both gushed is kind of entertaining because it's turn 6 and we're both playing as if we're turn 3. So they cruised, which, is great because discard time? Okay, at this point, I'm actually just going to snap that back. get it off the board. Yeah, by snapping that back and getting it off the board, it's not exactly the same as choking mana, but now they have, 3 mana to cast however many spells. And I empty out my hand. I get another card into my graveyard so I can cast my Treasure Cruise. And I have a counter spell coming off the top, so I can kind of win a counter war. It's not perfect, but it's okay. And I know I have 3 lands in hand and another one 2 cards down, so that's fine. They're trying to burn cards as well. My guess is for their cruise, or rather, so they don't have to discard. But let's see. And the problem is I am going to have to pay 2 to cruise, which is not fun. Okay, so they brought in Stormbound Geist as well. Now I'm doing this because one of the cards I really need to see right now is Spire Golem, because that just bricks their entire attacking, or rather their entire offense. Instead, I see this. Now, I don't think they're running Daze, otherwise I feel like it would have been cast already. And now I can play this. I have Dispel backup, and I'm not in great position. I'm still behind here, but not by a ton. Having 2 ninjas in hand is awkward. I think I might side out another one in the next game if it gets that far. I mean, this guy probably knows what they're doing. Look at all the foils they have. I mean, really at this point, it's hard because they could have just about anything. Yeah, and they have a ninja in hand, which is obnoxious. But again, I'm willing to actually let them do this tempo hit for themselves or not. They have the ninja in hand. Am I wrong about that? Oh, that's a good card for the mirror. That is an excellent, excellent card for the mirror, which I do not have access to. Basically, Serrated Hours just makes it almost impossible for you to keep creatures on the board. But that would have been nice to draw. Negate would have actually been able to stop it, but I didn't have the mana for it anyway. Let's see if they block. Yeah, I really can't do anything here. I maybe should have not attacked and rather try to make it so they have to waste their arrow counters to get the block out of the way. But this is just bad. What's going to happen is they're going to attack, and there really isn't much I can do. Yeah. I have to save these for spells that actually count all my counters, so trying to think how I could have played this game differently. I could have sided in a null, but I'm not sure that does anything right now. Delver. I actually need to fight over this, unfortunately, because they have a threat, and I have to give myself as much time on the clock as possible. Counter target spell if it should. So you're just being cute with that card? You're just being very cute with that card. Like, there's no reason to run that card over something better, except Like something better would be Gainsay or, okay, sure. Let's hope I draw Cruise. No. Okay. So yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm really need to get to a Spire Golem or my lone Stormbound Geist. Stormbound Geist would have been so much better than Ninja in this situation. So much better. Let's see what they do. Why are you pondering into Ponder? This is something I don't understand. And you guys play Delver more. You guys play Delver more than I do. I would love to know what this is because I just don't understand why you would ponder and then keep ponder on top. Like, is it because they have Treasure Cruise? If they have Treasure Cruise, I totally get it. But it seems like you're wasting one of your most powerful cards for no real reason. Okay. Okay, now I actually might have a chance because they did that. Like the counter in hand and access to Ninja of my own. It's not terrible. I mean, they almost definitely have a counter spell, but I have to go. I have to try and counter it anyway. Oh, well, that explains it. Oh, that really explains it. They've won this game. Yeah, that's 6. I really have a hard time believing that I'm going to actually win this one. Yeah, I'm just going. No, I won't, because what I can do is I'm not going to show them the Bone Splitter because I feel like that is very good in the mirror, so I don't want them to know about that. But do that. Let's see if they have any tricks for their Serrated Arrows. Because I want to know if they are running any kind of way to rebuy it, but does not look that way. But my guess is they have 2, so an annul is actually not terrible because it counters Serrated Arrows, it counters Spire Golem. Okay, why did you wait to do that? You succeeded in annoying me. Okay, so you are not as good as I had hoped. You are better than I had hoped, but you are good. You are good. You are good. Piracy Charm, not as good here. One annul, one preordain. I'm on the play. Let's do this. I'm okay with this. Basically, this hand is really soft to a turn 1 Delver, but other than that, it's great. I have 2 of my best defensive, offensive threats and a counterspell, and both those threats are very hard for them to deal with unless they have pure counterspell. Well, I took a risk. It did not pay off. Yeah, again, I can't just assume they're going to have turn 1 Delver flip. It's too risky to just assume that's going to happen all the time. Yeah, I'm actually snap countering this because my guess is they kept a 1 lander and they want to set up their Delver. Yep. I set them behind more. And Spire Golem. It's just better than Stormbound Geist this early. Yeah, countering that pre-ordering was absolutely the right call. And now I get to press my advantage, because if they can flip their Delver, well, then I get to block it with Stormbound Geist and then with a 3/3. Again, I'm really behind on cards, but I'm playing the aggressor here. They probably got a land. No, Ponder. Let's see what's going on with Ponder. Top. I feel bad. You know, this is not something anyone really likes dealing with in Magic, is mana issues, but it's one of the downsides of playing a deck with 17 land. Now, the upsides are you get to play with, you know, Ponder and Preordain and all these really powerful cards. So they have a land on top, which is good for them. I don't know why they didn't attack there. Because attacking there is really good for them. My guess is they have a ninja. Now, they probably set it up so they know what they have. So my guess is they have Snap, Ninja, something. I can't stop that, so I'm going to press my advantage. I have my own Delver, so now if they don't have Snap, well, now I'm perplexed. Why would you not... Oh, they couldn't attack. Could they have attacked? I don't know why they didn't attack. It's possible they just selected not to reveal. Okay, so they definitely have Snap. And here comes Ninja. I don't know how they're playing this matchup. I'm very perplexed. Okay, 2 snaps. Ninja? I mean, Ninja would be good because it would... No. Okay. 3 snaps? They have like double days or something? I'm totally okay with them countering this. Okay, I'm not going to risk running out Stormbound Geist for a similar reason, but geez, this person is very unlucky or is hiding information very well. Okay. Again, now if they have to waste a counter, they have to waste a counter, which lets me play out Stormbound Geist, which again gives me an advantage. Fine. But I'm still willing to trade, you know, my Delver for your Delver. No, I'm not. They have Treasure Cruise. They so very clearly have Treasure Cruise. Yeah, they have Treasure Cruise. They want me to trade so they can cruise faster. By trading there, I actually just am playing right into their game plan. And again, this is actually the fact that their creature, whatever it was, is a land or something is really good for them because it means they can like do Spire Golem. Yep, just like that. So I'm actually going to burn a null here. Even though they can counter it back with like Spellstutter or something. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. I mean, now I'm just in fantastic shape, because if I draw any bounce spell, they're dead. Not quite a bounce spell, but really good at finding one. Wow, this is hysterical. This is actually the exact scenario I had just talked about. So what's better, setting myself up for the long game or setting myself up for just a blind one? I have a negate for a treasure cruise, so I actually think I want to blind here. Let me know if you would disagree. Now the question is, do I cycle this or play it as a blocker? I think I play for a slightly longer game here. Do I? I attack with these. He blocks here, get him down to 3. Then he has to flip both Delvers. Yeah, so I actually have to make him not attack. And then I can sit back on defense. So yeah, I get him down to 3. Both Delvers now have to flip. And then I play this as a blocker. And yeah, so his Delvers now need to flip. And they do with Ponder. So they cast Ponder. Again, probably fueling their cruise. Like, here's the problem. They're up cards and they're going to probably resolve a treasure cruise, which puts me really far behind. And they know I have a negate. But I have plenty of outs of my own. I have 3 preordains, 3 ponders, Gush treasure cruise of my own. We'll Gush 3 treasure cruises. What did they do? Did they shuffle? They did not shuffle, so they like what's on top. Why? Well, they have to have Ninja. I don't know why you're... They have to have like Snap or something, or some kind of bounce spell. Unless they just forgot what I'm holding, which is possible. So yeah, I negate, they counter, and that happens. I ponder. I shouldn't have pondered. I have Vapor Snag. I attack with everything? See how they block? I mean, they basically... Okay. Okay. I'm very, very confused. Like, exceptionally confused right now. Very confused. Did they forget about this? Did they not think I was going to block? Did they forget how blocking works? Do they have their own piracy charm? I think they forgot how everything works. Well, that was my Delver Mirror. Sound off about it in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.